Hi again, it's Marian Herbertson here, of course, from my home office and from a very bright and beautiful Monday morning. Now, today I want to talk with you about something that a lot of people face, right? But particularly those who are struggling to make it or those who are trying to make it in the home business industry, right? And that is the thing of dealing with overwhelm. Right. As a business coach, so often people come to me and they're just so overwhelmed with all the different things they're expected to do. And they just sort of grind to a halt because of that sense of overwhelm. There's studying, there's implementation, there's attending all sorts of different things, there's life and everything else, right? So I wanted to make this to possibly help you just kind of get over that kind of sense of feeling out of control, right? And there are three little things that I follow that make my day a little bit more manageable and makes me more efficient and more effective, right? And those are things that I've learned over my last few years of being an online marketer, being a leader, being a business coach, that kind of thing, right? So I've got a little sticky here just to remind me of what the three things are, right? So, because I know exactly what I want to talk with you about, but I sometimes lose my train of thought like we all do. So here's the first thing is the previous night, right? Your day starts the previous night. Okay. So the previous night, you need to write up for yourself a detailed to-do plan. Now, remember, I said detailed, not just any old to-do plan like I used to do, just sort of list them any old how. That's a good start, right? But what you want to do is get to the point where you are writing your to-do list in the order of priority that things need to be done, right? And also, here's the secret, okay? At the side of each of those things that you're saying you need to do that particular day, write a start time that you expect to have started that task at and make a definite finish time. So give yourself half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever it is, and write that down, okay? And that will give you so much more of a sense of focus and urgency to get each task done. And that will move you along through the day, right? Otherwise, what I used to find is if I just had a to-do list, I would spend 3 hours choosing the right color gray for the heading on my banner rather than saying, okay, Marian, do this in 20 minutes, get on to the next thing. Okay, so that is a huge, huge, huge thing, a detailed to-do list prioritized as to what you need to do and timed. Okay, so put that down first. The second thing is very peculiar and very particular to us who work from home, and especially mums and dads, right? It is setting boundaries. Now, one of the most difficult things we find in life to do is to say no, right? But if you're saying yes to everybody else, you're then actually by default saying no to yourself for certain things that you would like to do. Okay, see the sense in that. So treat yourself just as well as you would treat anybody else, right? And when you're working from home, one of the big issues is that your friends and family don't actually think you have a proper job. You know, they just think you're messing around. You're just doing some hobby kind of thing, working from home, and they can pop in whenever they like, or your children can call you whenever they like, or my hubby is particularly funny, bless him. He'll sort of wander into the office and just stand there looking at me, and that completely distracts me. So I kind of turn around and say, yes, babe, and he said, oh, I was just going to ask, would you like something to eat? And it's not really the time to eat. And I'd say to him, babe, I'm busy. What he really wants is for me to fix him something to eat, right? So we know these little things, but it's very funny, but it happens all the time. And, we had to come to an agreement, say, babe, I really struggle with focus. And one of the things we need to do is work out, pretend I'm at work, pretend I'm going out to a job. So between these hours, I'm just not available. And ever since we put that in place, it works beautifully. Right. The other thing is, sorry about that. Typically, I heard somebody knocking at the door just as I was talking about, being disturbed, but they've carried on, so I've let that be. Now, the other thing is to turn off the sound on things. If you're going to focus on something, focus on it, right? Turn off your things like your telephone, etc. Turn off the sound, right? Don't be a slave to technology, right? Yes, people can get in touch with you, but unless you're expecting an emergency call of some sort, turn off your telephone. Make sure you don't go onto Facebook. Turn all that off, right? You will get through your to-do list, and you'd have such a clearer head when you're working. So that's really, really important. The other thing, this is the last thing. Sorry, I was only going to give you three, but the turn off telephones and things that sort of popped into my head at the very last minute. But the third planned tip I was going to give you is focus on one thing at a time. Okay? Whether it's something you're doing on your to-do list, or it's something that you've determined you're going to learn that particular day, a new skill set that you're going to master. Again, I'll go back to us in the home business industry. We attend so many webinars, trainings, we read so many things, and you should be doing this and you should be doing that, implement this, implement that, that we really grind to a standstill because we just run out of the capability of squeezing any more information in, right? And that is why it is so important to pick one topic, focus on that till you get really good at that, till you can do it in your sleep without breaking a sweat, right? Something like learning to drive a car. When you first start learning to drive, everything is overwhelming. You have to think of every single step. But after you've been doing that for a little while, you don't think about it again, do you? It just comes automatically. And that's what you need to do, right? Pick something, focus on that till you get really good at that, then learn the next thing. Okay, that's my advice to you. And the best way to do that is to follow a given plan, especially if you're new to things and you want to master things quickly. Follow a given plan, right? And what I would say to you is, a plan is so effective because if you have a written down plan, something that's proven to work, right? That will help you eliminate all of the noise and all of the distraction and everything else, and help you just focus on what you have to do and get it done, right? And it gives you the added benefit that somebody else has done it ahead of you. They know it works. So if there are any issues or you get stuck, you can go to them straight away and ask for help and advice. All right. So those what started off as 3 tips ended up as 4 tips. And I will say to you, if you like any advice, or if you need help in moving along in your home business, etc., there'll be a link above this video if you're watching it on Facebook. However, if you're watching it on YouTube, the link will be just below the video, right? Click on that, ask for the information, or and I'll send you a video of the particular team I work with and why there is so much success within this team. Okay, get with me, come and have a little chat with me. And if there are any areas that I can help you with, I will be happy to, right? But don't be surprised if my phone is turned off. Leave a message for me, because that would mean that I'm actually working on something that I need to focus, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right, you take care, have a brilliant week, make it a really productive one. Take care, and bye for now. Bye now.